So in this video, I'm showing you a full set of white nails. So it's something quite simple, but I'm showing you a full set. So obviously including the tip application, as you can see, my shaping, my ratio, my one bead method, my pickup. So I'm applying, these are the Pro Impressions Advanced Competition Clear Tips. So I've done all my prep work, pushed all the cuticles back, removed any excess skin with my nippers, etched the nail bed, and now I'm, like I say, I'm applying the tips. So I apply the tiniest amount of CJP Gripper Glue to the very edge of those tips. And then, as you can see, I pull the tip down the nail. So I tilt it slightly, pull down, and then make sure it's straight, so it's coming out straight, and you want it at the very edge of the natural nail. And then I use my thumbnails just to secure those wings. To my client's desired length, and then I use my stalk scissors to cut off the edges. My client wanted a pointy shape today, so I cut a little bit further in than I would if I was doing a coffin shape. You can really tailor them to your client's desired shape. And then come in with my file, so we're just neatening and straightening those side walls and the free edge. And then I'll just turn my client's hand around, blend the wings in as well so they don't stick up. But these tips don't need blending other than that little bit. And you don't have to do that if you don't want, it's just something that I prefer to do. Then turn my client's hand around and look at it from their view to make sure it's straight. They can look straight from this view, but when you turn them around, they sometimes can look wonky, so you want to neaten them up if they do. Yeah, and that's my filing technique for tips. And once I start on the other hand, I make sure every nail matches up so it's the same length and shape. Then I'll remove all that dust and apply my CJP Acid Primer. One dip in the bottle and drain it slightly will cover all 5 nails normally. So then I'm applying a thin clear base of crystal glass using my Glitter Planet Nail Mate Aqua size 12 brush. And don't forget you can get 10% off Glitter Planet products using my code Pilgrim10. So I don't apply it right up to the cuticle because I like it to be really nice and neat around there. If you apply too much at the cuticle, you can end up with a step. So I apply it close to the cuticle and sort of push it up, but make sure it's really, really flush and flat. When you look at your clear base from a side view, it shouldn't really look like there's anything there at all. So you don't want to be adding loads and loads of thickness. Obviously still a little bit because you need something to file back to when your client comes back for a redesign. But as you can see, I keep it nice and thin and smooth. So I dip my brush in my monomer fully, wipe one side quite firm and then into the powder for 3 seconds. And then I'll drain that bead slightly as well before I apply to the nail. And then apply that at the cuticle area, tilting my client's finger down as you can see. Just walking it down the nail slightly as I apply it. So get my brush right into that cuticle area, getting my brush behind the bead so it's nice and flush. Make sure it covers a whole nail going from side to side. And then walk that bead down the nail with the belly of my brush. And if there's any excess there at the end, you can see I just sliced that off. The apex wasn't bad on these, doing the one bead. But I wanted to build it up a little bit more. So I just added a bit of clear just in that cuticle area just to make that apex even stronger. And the application is the same on every nail. I just wanted to show you how I get right into the cuticle and my one bead application. This is CJP Coconut Milk as well, this powder. As you can see there, I get my brush right up into that cuticle area. So it's nice and neat and flush, as always. And I know my ratio is right because the white doesn't stick to my brush. If you put your white on, leave it to rest a little bit, and then when you start to move it, if it's sticking to your brush, then your ratio is too wet. And if it's not moving as well as you'd like, then it's probably too dry. Or if there's loads of excess powder on there, then it's too dry. So I find that the ratio that I showed you there is my perfect ratio for the one bead. Obviously, if I'm going smaller beads, I'll wipe an extra time on the side of the monomer jar. And I pinch these nails as well. And because it's really warm at the moment here, it was setting quite quick. So just make sure if you're going to pinch that you keep checking. You want the nail to be mouldable but not sticky. So when it's at that stage, then you are ready to pinch. So onto my filing. This is my usual filing technique. I know I've tried a couple of new things recently, so thought I'd revert back to my old filing technique for this set. So refining those sidewalls, making sure they're nice and straight and coming underneath, and then contouring the sidewalls, starting off on one, round the cuticle area, tucking your file in, and then up the other side wall, and then down the barrel of the nail, just working from side to side, and then sort of a horseshoe motion from the cuticle area, working up to that free edge. Just making sure you check the nail from all angles to make sure your apex is in the right place. As you can see, I'm tilting the nail up, so when I do that, I'm looking down the barrel of the nail to make sure all your products are nice and even and there's no height difference on one side to another. And then I just run over with a white block buffer to remove any scratches. So then remove all the dust and wipe over with acetone, and I'm going to be applying some fairy dust. So here I'm applying the gel bottle 2-in-1 base. I'll be burnishing the fairy dust into that base coat. This stunning fairy dust is CJP Sugar Rush, so I just put it into the little tray that comes with it, and then I'm just using a fluffy pigment brush just to burnish that in. It's super amazing, absolutely love this fairy dust, and it goes so nice over white. It goes nice over every colour, but I absolutely love it over white. Remove any excess just using a big dusty brush, that's from CJP as well. And then come in with my CJP Tack Free Top Gloss. Just applying a nice thin layer to all the nails and curing in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. And here's your finished look. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.